Right now, it's easy to feel like the world is spiraling. Political chaos, uncertainty, conflict. It's overwhelming. And unfortunately, that overwhelm is often intentional. There are people who benefit from you feeling afraid, scattered, and exhausted because when you're in that state, it's harder to access your power, your intuition, and your resolve. But here's the truth: feeling powerless is a trauma response. Your nervous system is being hijacked, and you can shift out of it with the right tools and support. Today, we're going to get into some of those tools and go beyond just calming down. We're talking about how to stay centered, strong, and intentional in times of chaos. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're returning, thank you. I'm so glad you're here. I'm Natalie, and this is Sacred in Bloom. I help women in midlife to reclaim their energy, protect their peace, enhance their intuition, and create a deeply fulfilling life. Midlife can be a powerful transition when you lean in. Here, we're going to talk about the real changes happening in your body, mind, and relationships. I share practical tools, somatic practices, and soul nourishing insights to help you feel more joy and ease. You are meant to thrive in this season of life. Let's make it happen together. If you've been feeling anxious, sad, angry, or even finding yourself shutting down because of everything happening in the world right now, you are not alone. I just released a video on getting out of the burnout and freeze cycle, and you can check that out here. Our nervous system is wired to seek control when things feel uncertain. The problem is we often try to control things we can't, like what politicians are doing, what people think, or how other people act. We are also wired to look for and anticipate danger. Sometimes that means we get stuck in a danger processing loop. When that happens, you're more likely to stay in a chronic stress response, which can lead to burnout, hypervigilance, and difficulty making empowered choices. Chronic survival mode sucks. So, what do we do? Instead of trying to control the uncontrollable, let's talk about reclaiming our power and calm in our minds, bodies, choices, and immediate environment. First things first, give yourself some time to feel the feelings. It's normal to feel unsure, upset, and unsafe in the face of chaos and rapid change, no matter where it's coming from. However, according to Harvard neuroscientist Dr. Jill Bolt-Taylor, the chemical process associated with a feeling generally only lasts about 90 seconds if you lean in, feel it fully, and let it move through your body. A particularly big emotion or deep trauma may need a few 90-second cycles to fully process out, but my point here is twofold. Feeling your feelings instead of pushing them down is necessary, and staying stuck in an emotional loop endlessly is not. So allow what you're feeling, write it out, cry, stomp, throw pillows at walls, whatever you need to do. If you want to take a few minutes, do it. But know that your brain only really needs about 90 seconds. So how do we shift out of that loop when we are ready? Your nervous system listens to what your body does. Feeling powerless isn't just a thought, it's a physical response. Get in the habit of using intentional body movement and your breath to signal to your nervous system, I'm in control of me. A good place to start is to put your hands on your heart, take a deep inhale, a longer exhale, and say, I can do this, I have choices, or whatever phrase calms you. Keep repeating this breath cycle until you feel yourself settle. This isn't just woo-woo. Your breath and your physical posture directly signal to your brain whether you're in safety or danger. When your body takes the lead in showing safety, your mind follows. Once we calm our bodies, we can more easily shift out of feelings of powerlessness. One of my favorite tools for this is a reframing exercise that helps shift my focus to what I can control. This moves the brain out of reactivity and fear into intention and empowerment by changing what part of your brain is most active. When you slow down, become more intentional, and get real with where you are, it's easier to regulate your body, get off the anxiety merry-go-round, and feel empowered again. So when your mind starts spiraling or you can't pull yourself out of a negative loop, try this. Grab a journal or a piece of paper or just use your whiteboard in your head and write down your answers to the following questions. What is within my control right now? Start with the basics: your breath, your body, your actions, your choices, your immediate environment, your focus, and most importantly, how you show up. What small action can I take to shift into a better state? This might mean dropping your shoulders, slowing your breath, or adjusting your physical environment. That could be clearing clutter, moving things around, or adding something comforting. What is outside of my control that's making me feel awful right now? This might include other people's choices, world events, or political madness. Some of these things do require our action, but you can't offer effective action when you're depleted and fearful. Write them down and practice letting them go for short periods. Try 60 minutes. How am I showing up? Be honest with yourself here. Are you focusing on solutions or just problems? Are you making choices from fear or from inner knowing? What story are you telling yourself about this situation, and how is it shaping your experience? Where do I want to focus my energy? Simon Sinek once said that when you're skiing through trees, you can't focus on the trees or you'll hit one. When you focus on the openings, the powder, the path, that's what gets you through. Now, this isn't about pretending that there are no trees. This is about focusing on the way out of the trees. It's about focusing on where things feel open, where you are in alignment, and what feels good. This is not about pretending obstacles don't exist. It's about focusing on movement and solutions instead of getting stuck in the obstacles themselves. Let me say this another way for those of you who maybe don't ski or mountain bike through trees. If you're playing chess, you're aware of your opponent's pieces on the board. But when you're planning your next move, you have to look at the open spaces on the board. You may have a strategy based on what you know of your opponent, where their pieces are, your skill, etc. But ultimately, you have to move forward one turn at a time and pivot your strategy as needed. Focus on the open spaces and make your move. Stop being paralyzed by what you can't control. When you're overwhelmed, burned out, or navigating chaos, your energy is already limited. Even when you feel great, as you age, you start to realize how precious your energy is. It helps to check in with yourself about where your energy is going and how much of it is being spent on things outside of your control. Dialing it back should help you feel more grounded. One of the biggest drains for many people, including myself, is how we engage with others, especially online and through social media. Have you ever picked up your phone just to check what's going on in the world or look at the news, and 45 minutes later found yourself spiraling, reading the worst possible takes, and feeling completely drained? Before you pick up your phone, check in with your body. Where are you tense in your body? Your jaw, your shoulders? Is your posture hunched or is it open? If your body feels tense and closed, you're probably already stressed. If so, don't open the app. If picking up your phone is a hard habit to break, have alternative activities ready. Make and keep a list of things that you enjoy that don't involve screens, that you can refer to when you need to put your phone down. Reading, creative projects, gardening, a hot bath, a walk, time with a friend, or playing with a pet. If you still want to check in online, set a timer. 10 minutes, 15 minutes. When it goes off, step away. You can also make doom scrolling less accessible and less appealing. Move social media and news apps off your home screen, or at least into a folder. Use grayscale mode to reduce their visual appeal, install a dumb phone app, or change your screen time settings on your phone so that it automatically kicks you off an app after a set time. Before scrolling, ask yourself, is this helping me or am I just feeding my stress? If it's the latter, close the app. Replace mindless scrolling with intentional engagement in as many ways as you can. Instead of passively absorbing whatever the algorithm is feeding you that day, start using your online time on purpose. Try this. Follow sources that offer solutions, not just problems. There are amazing people and organizations that share action steps, ways to help, and nuanced discussions instead of just outrage. Seek them out. Engage in meaningful conversations instead of just arguing with strangers. Focus on talking to real people you respect who challenge you in a productive way. Set no phone hours. Pick a time or a couple of shorter times each day where you put your phone down completely, whether it's first thing in the morning, during meals, or before bed. Let your brain take a break. Set digital boundaries. It's okay to mute, unfollow, or even block people who drain you. Your online space should be one that supports your well being, not one that makes you feel constantly on edge. Once you make these shifts, it becomes easier to channel your energy into real, meaningful action. Small actions can create big change. So, how can you do this? I want to offer you some ideas. Connect with people who inspire and organize. Seek out communities that are already creating change and get involved. Support businesses that align with your values. Research where your money is going and start shifting your support toward ethical companies that are in alignment with you. Focus on one or two key issues. Instead of trying to fight everything all at once, choose what matters most to you and take tangible action. Take action locally. Volunteer, show up at local meetings, help in your community, or connect with local leaders. Write, call, and visit your representatives. Let them know what's important to you. Even small efforts can create a ripple effect. And finally, if you feel like there are a lot of things draining you or dysregulating you on a daily basis, creating a daily ritual to help replenish you is key. A daily ritual can act as an anchor, giving the nervous system a sense of safety, stability, and replenishment. The key is to make it intentional, sensory-based, and easy to be consistent with and fit into your daily life. My ritual includes time set aside for stillness and either silence or calming music, even if it's just for 5 minutes. I enjoy having a cup of hot tea and doodling in the evenings lately to take a break from screens. Here's one of the doodles I finished this week. I know it's weird, but I do a bit of Zentangle and found that I enjoy doing it in reverse coloring books like this. I'll link these books in the description if you want to give it a try. I also try to prioritize doing a few minutes of slow somatic movement before bed whenever I can to help my body and brain wind down. What are you doing to restore yourself? I'd love for everyone to share something in the comments so we can all help each other with different ideas. If you need deeper tools to reset your nervous system, join my email list for my free monthly newsletter and updates on my 90-day nervous system reset. It's going to go deeper into reclaiming your energy and restoring balance. I'll drop the link below in the description. You are a force of nature. You are not alone. We've got this. And it starts with taking your power back and being intentional, not stuck and just being reactive. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share for more helpful content. Sending you so much love. I'll see you next time.